Better.
We have. We've done worse, but we've also done better. Most weeks this year we've done better.
Yeah. And poor Mercer took it on the chin again.
Yeah.
Danville won the first district game in a couple of years.
Yeah, 4-1. Yeah, they beat Washington County 21-12.
What a turnaround under Stoney.
They're going to Louisville Shawnee now this weekend for their second district game, so we'll see how that one plays out.
Garrett scored a lot of points, but the other team scored more.
Yeah, now I did not verify this, but someone did tell me, and I have no reason to believe he's wrong, that Garrett County scored the most points in the state on Friday for a team that lost. They scored 42 points and lost 52-42. That's the most point. Again, I haven't verified that, but that's what someone did tell me, that they scored the most points of any team that lost in the state over the weekend.
That's tough.
Yeah. That's not the banner you want to hang.
No.
Scored a lot of points but lost. That's not the one
Lincoln,
you want.
5-0.
Yeah, they keep on rolling. 40-37 was the win over East Chessman for Lincoln County.
Center College lost, but the good news is for Center College, the conference in 2 weeks starts. They don't play this week. They start the conference, so everybody's 0-0. Mercer County District starts Friday night. They're 0-0. Everybody's 0-0. So, and he said play so many young kids.
Yeah.
So hopefully they're getting on the field reps, and their fruits of the labor will come down and be in the district play, and they're going to be hopefully better. I mean, they scored some points.
Scored 30 points, I think,
30
right?
points, 4 touchdowns, yeah. So that's a good improvement.
Yeah, so hopefully things they've got Bardstown this Friday. Mercer does. That's going to be really
that's
tough
going to be tough.
for them.
Bardstown's good.
Yeah,
They're 4-1.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's start off with Center College. And Coach Andy Fry, disappointing 26 loss to LaGrange. Did turnovers hurt your cause?
They did things that, not that we weren't ready for, but I think there were things that I think they made some adjustments. I think took away some of the things that I think we do well, and then until later on that you realize, okay, this is what we can do now. Hats off to them. We did well.
Did you have some turnovers?
Here's what you do. When you turn the ball over, I mean, we had 3 interceptions. We had 2 kickoff returns returned. We scored on 2 kick returns, 2 penalties on them, and it took us back. That definitely would have changed the outcome of the game. But part of life, you got to play well. I don't think we played anywhere as clean as we had our first game of the season. Felt like we really played well. We were on our way to being a good, and I still think we can be a very good football team. We just got to clean up some things that has kept us from winning 2 games. That's part of coaching. That's their joy of coaching. And one thing I always say, a loss always reveals what you need to work on. That's the best thing a loss does, and I'm going to take that as a good thing. Now we're going into our conference play, and that's where now this counts. So I think it's going to give us a good jumping-off start. And we've got 2 weeks to prepare for Millsaps, and they're really good. And our conference is real strong, right? I'm looking forward to playing 1 game at a time.
Did you come health-wise all right after the game?
Yeah, we came out healthy. I mean, I think when I say healthy, we came out physically healthy. I think our kids are emotionally and mentally kind of distraught. We expected to be 3-0, and I like that our kids thought that. You got to do things right. You got to do things well to be able to be 3-0. We haven't done that yet. And I put the onus on our coaches. You always start with your coaches. Are we coaching things correctly? Are we coaching too much? Are they listening? You think that's a simple thing, but listening means are they focusing on what's being taught? And then are we holding them accountable to be those things? You always got to start with your coaching. Don't start with the players. The last thing you should ever look at is, are we playing the right person? A lot of people go to that right away, and I'm like, you need to take a transparent look at yourself. Say, am I giving my best to this person by teaching it correctly and teaching it right? Am I not teaching too much? And also, everybody's a different learner. You got to figure out who's a learner and how do they learn. Now, most of these kids are all smart, but they still learn different.
This open date coming a good time for you, Coach?
Yeah, it's a great time because what we're going to do this week is just concentrate on going back to the fundamentals that we've been coaching since preseason. Really kind of look at, okay, what can we do better in those things that we've been taught? It's the old adage, what the old Steelers coach used to say, you do the common things better than everybody else. That's what makes great football teams. You do those things just better. And that's what we want to do. We want to do it better.
You all look at a lot of film, Coach, from that game, and for everybody to see what happened and what went wrong.
Oh, yeah. That's what we'll do today. I mean, we'll sit down today with our team, and that's basically what we'll work on is right now is what can we improve on, where are the mistakes, and how were they the mistakes, and then how do you correct them. Yeah, film's the best thing you can do, especially since when we film, we film by drone, and so you can see everything. It's right on top. It's the best. Most people watch film from the press box, and you can't see line splits, you can't see alignments, you can't see how people stack. It improves our ability to teach. That makes sense.
Yeah, sure does. Get rested up and get the players fired up and get ready to start the conference. Everybody's 0-0. That's the good news. And we'll look forward to setting up your first conference game with Millsaps next Monday night.
Thank you.
Center College head football coach Andy Fry. Again, they are on a bye this week, and we'll get back at it the week after that. We're live at the Harrodsburg Dairy Queen. Radio Rick is here. I'm here. It's a lot of people here. And I've got a mouthful of onion ring, which seems like a great time for me to take a commercial break. We'll step aside, come back. We'll talk with UK color analyst Jeff Picoro and Garrett County head coach Spencer Crutchfield. It's all coming up next on the Harrodsburg DQ Pigskin Report on 99.5 FM WHBN, 103.9 FM WHIR, and HometownLive.net.
Great! See, we're practically sitting on the field. If you could sit here.
Your food and drinks will be right over.
Oh, yes! For the same price as way up here. Great seats. Right up here with a blimp. Why wouldn't you? It's the same with auto insurance. With discounts up to 40%, it's possible to get the personal service of a State Farm agent for the same or less than those other guys.
See your State Farm agent in Harrodsburg, David Hopewell, and Randy Couch.
CC Auto Parts and Service is the difference. We get it. No appointment necessary. Fast, friendly auto service every time. We'll have you in and out, hassle-free. Brakes, engines, and service of every kind. With free pickup and free delivery. CC Auto Parts and Service is the difference. We get it.
What makes Whitaker Bank uniquely Kentucky? With a wide range of products and services, we are here to provide you friendly, expert service for all of your banking needs. This is Rita McIntyre for Boyle, Garrett, and Mercer counties. As part of your community, we are committed to building solid, long-term relationships. Call me at 859-733-4963. Let us show you what uniquely Kentucky means. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Let's go! Saturday night,
we're going to play Kentucky football.
Kentucky! Let's go!
The Cats are getting out the skillets and ready to fry up some tasty chicken. South Carolina Gamecocks and your Kentucky Wildcats.
The pregame show starts this Saturday evening at 5:30 with kickoff at 7:45.
It's all right here on your home for the Cats, and the hits is WRNZ FM Z105.
And now, back to the DQ Pigskin Report.
All of $7. All right. Well, let's continue on. And don't forget about the $4 breakfast, too, in the morning. Hey, my little granddaughter Sophie's here. A lot of you that listen to my show, WHBN, will hear Sophie introducing a lot of my guests. So she and my son Brett all came out to join us. And we're joined, now speaking of joining, UK's Jeff Picoro, color analyst, UK Football Network. Did you feel a void not doing a UK game last Saturday?
Oh, it was horrible. It really was. I was bored.
You talk about giving back to everybody what you did Saturday.
Well, we got our Big Brothers and Big Sisters Gaelics. It's really cool. On the field, it's in the long, what do you call that? Whatever. The big, where all the rich people go at the football games, where I don't get to go, so I don't know what it's called. But, yeah, Big Brothers and Big Sisters. It's a big gala, and that's where they make all their money to run just a fantastic organization that helps kids all over the state. And big brothers and big sisters, you mentor younger people, and I just think it's a fantastic organization.
What a way to give back. That's really cool. With UK being off, have you heard anything yet about the quarterback situation? Cazada's ready or not?
Not yet. We'll know a lot more today after practice. But, I think Zach played better until his injury. Cutter went down the field. Again, I think you have to temper, you have to look at the defenses they faced as well. And obviously an SEC defense compared to a MAC defense. But I'm excited with what can happen at the quarterback position, I think, the rest of the season.
And Zach probably, if he's healthy, will get the nod, but Cutter could be warming up in the bullpen at any time.
I don't know. I don't know how Mark and Bush and the offensive coaches figure this out. There's an old adage in some sports that says, you don't lose your job because you were injured. Wally Pipp, I think, would say differently. But there was a guy named Lou Gehrig that replaced him and never left the lineup again. But, I don't know. I think they'll go back and they'll watch the tape of the first three games, and who gives them the best ability to win the game is who's going to play quarterback.
They have to go to South Carolina, not an easy place to play. Yep. South Carolina 0-2, but they lost to number 20 Missouri, and they lost to number 18 Vanderbilt. So, again, SEC, I think the SEC team's going to beat each other up.
And that's why I was hesitant when everybody said go to 9 games, because now half the league is going to have 9 more teams are going to get a loss. So if you're an LSU or if you're a Texas A&M or you're an Alabama and you get that one more loss or Ole Miss, does that still get you in the playoff? That's the big question. And can a team get in with 3 losses? Can a team get in with 2 losses? We don't know. And it's going to be real interesting to see, because I don't think anybody is going to be able to go through the SEC schedule unscathed. I don't think Georgia, I don't think Texas, any of these teams will go 9-0 in SEC play. I just don't.
What concerns you about the matchups with South Carolina and UK?
I think containing Norris, Lenore Seller. I mean, their quarterback is huge. He's Cam Newton back there, 235-pounder. He can run. He can throw. You have to contain. You have to keep him between the ends. So your ends have to set the edge. You can't let him escape to the outside. If he's going to run, make him run up the middle where there's, 7, 8 more guys that can make a play on him. If he gets outside, he can be dangerous. And you look at their offense in their first couple of games, and it's really him or nothing. They can't seem to run the football without him running it. So it's going to be real interesting to see how they attack Kentucky's defense. Do they try to set the stage by running the ball early? Do they try to come out and spread Kentucky out, try to throw the ball? Or do they let him just, Johnny Manziel it back there and just do whatever you can do to get down the field? Because they have not shown any propensity to run the football or throw the ball down the field. And I'm talking about South Carolina, not Kentucky, with any they just haven't been able to do it 2, 3, 4 plays in a row. They just haven't. Their offense has really looked tough. They've lost some players, obviously, to graduation on both sides of the ball, and it's really shown on that offensive line.
And probably UK is going to try to establish a run first to open up the pass game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's Kentucky's M.O. And when you've got a stable of running backs like the 3 guys that have played mostly this year, look out. I mean, McGowan's been fantastic. Dowdell has got the tough yards. And Patterson, when he's played, he only had a couple carries, but he broke off one of the longest running plays of the year. So they have 3 very, very capable backs, and I think that you'll see them utilize them.
What are the keys for UK win over South Carolina Saturday?
Run the football. There's 2 keys. Offensively, run the football. If you can establish a running game that opens things up for the passing game, makes them bring one more guy down in the box from that safety position, and then that opens things up when you can go over the top. The other thing on the defensive side, it's simple. Contain the quarterback. If you can contain him, you got a great chance to win this game. It's very simple. Look, football isn't a huge cerebral test. And in this game, there's 2 things. Running game, stop their quarterback. If you can do those 2 things, you're going to win.
Jeff Piccaro, he is sports director, Channel 36 WTVQ, and a color analyst for UK Football Radio. Thank you. We always look forward to your comments, and we look forward to catching up with you again next Monday.
All right, brother. Anytime. Thank you.
There you go. That's UK color analyst Jeff Pecoro. Again, Kentucky takes on South Carolina on Saturday evening. Coverage begins at 5:30, kickoff at 7:30 on Z105. Let's go from the college ranks to the high school ranks. We go to Garrett County head football coach Spencer Crutchfield. And, Coach, first time since 2022 that the Golden Lions have scored 40-plus in back-to-back games. Unfortunately, it was a shutout when you scored 42 but lost 52-42. But let's talk about your offensive output.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely moved the ball well. We executed well at times, and just ended up having too many turnovers. We turned the ball over 3 times, and that kind of ended up shooting us in the foot, like you said, with the shootout. We weren't really able to stop them on defense. So, got a lot of things we got to clean up and a lot of growth we got to make, but definitely had some plays that we could build off of and going into this week.
Yeah, I know we talked about R.J. Blair last week, and I can't go through every single Garrett County game to look at stats, but I would think 114 rushing, 121 receiving, 3 touchdowns total. I mean, the number of Garrett players who would have, and really any team that would have a 100-plus rusher, 100-plus receiver in the same game has got to be a small list.
Yeah, I mean, and R.J. does a great job for us. He's definitely one of our playmakers, and Justin does a great job of finding him in the passing game as well and getting him in open space. And he made a lot of big runs for us and had a couple big receptions that he ended up slipping a tackle and, turning it into a big play. So you got to give RJ, a lot of credit.
Yeah, Justin himself, you mentioned Justin Parsons, 2 touchdown passes, 3 touchdown runs, so he certainly did his part as well. Defensively, though, Coach, Bethlehem was able to score 52 on you. They've won 3 games in a row now, and this is a team that they throw it and they run it. They kind of showcased that on Friday. What was it they were able to do so well against your defense?
Well, they did a great job, like you said, of mixing it up and being able to be, two-dimensional, and that's rough on you defensively. If you're not able to take away, either the run or the pass and not make them one-dimensional, it's tough on you. And they do a great job of mixing it in. They're very well coached. They got a great group of skilled kids. They have a really good, talented group of receivers. They got a really good running back, a really good quarterback, and they're solid up front and they execute. So, they strain you defensively, and we just weren't able to get off the field. We had them in multiple third and longs and third and mediums, and just weren't able to get off the field. So you got to give them a lot of credit on execution, and we have to clean up on our end as far as just making sure that we're communicating and we're executing on especially third and long and third and medium situations.
Yeah, I know, obviously being a football fan, watching football, when you're watching your favorite team and they can't seem to get off the field, even on third and long situations, it's so frustrating. How frustrating is it as a coach, where you feel like you've done what you're supposed to do the first 2 plays and then something falls apart on third down?
They know what they're supposed to do, and sometimes, those jobs break down, and that's kind of what we talked about, after the game is, when you play good teams that can execute, you can't have the mental lapses, you can't have the breakdowns and the communication issues, and that's just something we have to clean up. And we have to do a better job as a coaching staff, making sure we're getting that communication piece to the kids on the field and make sure they're executing it, at a high level.
Well, you go into district play this Friday, Coach, and this is where things get really important, and you get to go to Liberty and take on the Casey County Rebels. They've played better as of late. 34-0 win over Jackson County 2 weeks ago, put up 25 and a 30-25 loss to Clinton County last week. What do you expect to see out of this Casey County offense?
They do a really good job of just spreading the ball around and making sure that they're trying to, keep you off balance. They're going to try to throw the ball out in the flats and and do some screen game and some RPO looks and run the football as well and try to gap scheme you up front. So you have to be sound. They do a good job of trying to spread it around and not just letting you key on one person or take one thing away. So they do a really good job. So we just got to make sure that we are able to get off the field this week. If we can get them in some third and long situations, that we're able to execute and do our part. Defensively,
Coach, what do the Casey County Rebels do defensively?
Well, they're going to base out of a 4-4, especially against us, trying to run the football and trying to establish the run. They're going to try to take the run away from us, and they're going to try to be aggressive, I guess, in the box and, try to make us throw the football. So hopefully, we're able to come out and execute and be physical up front.
Garrett County head football coach Spencer Crutchfield. Coach, what's the keys to a big district win to start off the district season 1-0?
Well, like I said earlier, we got to do a better job on third down, getting off the field, and we got to make sure that we're establishing the run and that we're making sure that we're able to execute at a high level on all 3 phases of offense, defense, and special teams.
Garrett County head coach Spencer Crutchfield. Coach, we appreciate your time being on, and we'll talk to you again next Monday, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Joe.
All right, Joe, that was Garrett County head coach, Crutchfield. Hey, I want to remind everybody, Joe, Neighborhood Watch Town Hall meeting on WHBN tomorrow night from 7 till 9. You can see the complete agenda at hometownlive.net. All the things we're going to be talking about, a lot of safety things with Dr. Motzer, and I think Sheriff Kelty's going to take part, maybe some firefighters. Again, just things for us to remember. We forget about these. We get so busy sometimes we forget. And this is a great thing to catch up to. Neighborhood Watch Town Hall meeting tomorrow on WHBN from 7 till 9. See the complete agenda at hometownlive.net. We're going to take a break and be back with the DQ Pigskin Report, the DQ Grill and Chill in Harrodsburg with a host of friends. We got this whole alcove in here filled up with people. And we're looking for you. If you're getting hungry, come on out here and grab you something great to eat. And don't forget, you're a tap away from sweet rewards. DQ Rewards. Earn points, get rewards, exclusive deals, skip the wait, and order your way. Sign up in the DQ app. You're getting it on 99.5 WHBN, 103.9 FM WHIR, and stream live at hometownlive.net.
Extension cords can really come in handy around the house, but if used improperly, they can also cause a fire. Here's some advice from the folks at your local electric cooperative on how to use them safely. Never nail or staple a cord to the wall or floor. Don't run cords under rugs or carpets. And always throw away frayed, cracked, or worn extension cords. We're Kentucky's electric cooperatives, and our power is our people.
Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
What makes Whitaker Bank uniquely Kentucky? Our mission is to provide comprehensive banking products and services for our customers and to invest in the Kentucky communities where we live. Whitaker Bank is a reliable partner, guiding you towards solid decisions for today's evolving environment and for the challenges you may face tomorrow. We are committed to building long-term relationships with our customers and the communities we serve. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Most of us may have some weekend free time, so when you find yourself looking at a home project, come see us at Job Master Rental. We'll get you the right tool for any job. We can help you tackle home improvement projects to major construction and everything in between. Come see us at Job Master and take advantage of our weekend special. Pick up a piece of equipment on Friday after 3 p.m. and return it by 8 a.m. Monday morning and pay the one-day price. Come see us for all your rental needs. Visit us at jobmasterrental.com. We have 2 convenient locations in Danville and Lebanon. Let us help master your job.
Let's go! Saturday night, we're gonna play Kentucky football. Kentucky, let's go! The Cats are getting out the skillets and ready to fry up some tasty chicken. South Carolina Gamecocks and your Kentucky Wildcats.
The pregame show starts this Saturday evening at 5:30 with kickoff at 7:45.
It's all right here on your home for the Cats and the hits is WRNZ FM Z105.
And now, back to the DQ Pigskin Report.
And you're getting live from the Harrodsburg DQ Grill and Joe. Joe Mathis and yours truly here. And let's continue on. Hot Eats Cool Treats. They're all here at Harrodsburg Dairy Queen. Mercer County Coach East, another tough team, 53-30 loss to Southwestern. But tell us about the positives that came from your offensive scoring 4 touchdowns.
We played hard. We scored 4 touchdowns. Jacob Sanford scored 4 touchdowns from passes from Cornelius Mapp. And, you know, we did do some good stuff. We a couple onside kicks that changed the momentum for us. And then, you know, unfortunately, we gave all the momentum. Anytime we took the momentum on Friday, we gave it right back, either with a turnover or we allowed them to get a big play in special teams. So overall, we did see a lot of positives, but we still got a lot of things to work on. It wasn't good enough to win, so we still got a long way to go.
How about health-wise? You didn't lose anybody else, did you, Friday night?
No, we come out pretty healthy. We may lose one kid with a knee, but I'm not sure yet.
Oh, that's the last thing you need is another one getting hurt.
It's kind of like that's life. Things happen in life, and you got to adapt, you got to adjust.
Yep, nothing you can do. Now, the good news is, Coach, district starts up, and everybody's 0-0. That's the good news. And you got your younger players have got some good playing time, and hopefully they'll reap some benefits here with the district for you.
Well, that's what our goal is. we've had a tough schedule and play some teams that are very good football teams. And we're ready to play our first district game against Bardstown, which is another really good football team. So we're going to have to be very prepared. I do feel like our young guys have had a lot of experience. So hopefully this experience that we've had over these first 5 games will help us in this next game as we start over, so to speak, with district play because the record really doesn't matter. It's about the district right now, and we want to try to come out and be 1-0 in the first game of the district.
You got Bardstown 4-1. What does the tape tell you about their offense?
Well, they got some pretty good pieces. They're athletic. They're fast. They're not going to be the biggest team that we face, but they're certainly going to be right there along the lines of one of the fastest and more athletic teams that we face. So they're good. They're good in all phases. They got speed to get to the ball on the defensive side. They'll first force turnovers. On the offensive side, they got a couple guys on the perimeter and in the backfield that are home run hitters. They can score from anywhere. And those same guys give them a big boost in special teams. They can score from anywhere. So they're solid in all phases. They're coached well. And we have a huge task in front of us.
Their quarterback's 56 out of 104, got 4 interceptions, 7 touchdowns. Leading rushers got 611 yards and 6 touchdowns. So it looks like they do a little of both in offense. You look for them to try to rush the ball to open up the passing game?
I look for them to do what is going to work best for them. They have some guys that can make plays if you hand them the ball or if you throw them the ball. So I think they're going to do what works best for them.
What about defensively? What are you liable to see from them?
They're going to put 4 guys down there, 3 guys down there. They're going to blitz a little bit. They're going to fly to the football. They have speed. They have athletes. And they're going to fly to the ball.
They special teams, their kickers, 15 out of 17 extra points and 1 for 1 in field goals. They've got 4 interceptions. You were talking about that. And they've got 5 fumble recoveries. So seems like they're pretty sound in all 3 phases of the game.
Yeah, they're a solid football team in all 3 phases of the game. Yeah, we got to be prepared for anything and everything, and we have to prepare for their speed and their athleticism. And we got to kick, we got to cover, we got to play solid defense, and we have to execute on the offensive side of the ball. So we got to put 4 quarters together collectively, and we got to play hard for 4 quarters. We got to eliminate mistakes and give ourselves a chance to win the 4th quarter.
So that sounds like the keys of a Mercer County win over Bardstown.
All right, Rick, sounds good. Appreciate you, and go Tigers.
There you go. That's Mercer County head football coach Craig Yeast. Again, that's a tough one for Mercer County. It's been tough all year long for them. Their schedule has been brutal, and you add that to some fairly significant injuries. And that kind of has led them to where they are now. But district play will start for them Friday as they'll take on Bardstown. One team that's had the opposite start of the season from Mercer County. The Titans are 0-5. The Patriots are 5-0 for the first time since 1988. Lincoln County is 5-0. And Coach Levi Rogers joins us. Let's go to Stanford and talk with Coach Rogers. Where, Coach, you all are rocking after a 5-0 start. How does undefeated feel?
It feels good to be, 5-0, proud of the guys, the work they put in, but we understand too, like I mentioned before, we got bigger goals than just 5-0, so we're looking at doing some things in the district, and keeping this thing going. We started off 4-0 last year and then, had a slide there at the end, so we're aware of what's possible, so, the key is just to stay focused, keep getting better every single week, and we turn the page to Franklin County now.
Coach, not oftentimes do I lead off an interview talking special teams, but this is one of the more bizarre games in special teams that I can remember. There were multiple missed extra points. There was a missed 2-point conversion, but you also had 2 made field goals. And when you talk about every point mattering, this is a great example of that. And you had your kicker, who I think tied the school record for most field goals made in the game. He had 2 of them.
Yeah, Brody came up big for us, making those field goals. The difference in the game ended up being a field goal after we let the lead kind of slip away there in the 4th quarter, not really finishing the game. But big game for Brody, big game for the special teams on that offensive side, but equally as bad on the defensive side because it seemed like every time we kicked off, they were starting on our side of the field or they ran one back too. So a lot of things to clean up with special teams, a lot of ups and downs with special teams, and we need to get that thing fixed to where we're consistently doing what we need to do on that side of the ball.
Coach, the depth that you all have at running back, there's a lot of teams that wish they had it, and it seems like it doesn't matter who's in the backfield, and I guess this is kudos to the offensive line. They're going to be racking up yardage. Damon Spiegel obviously has dealt with some injuries. Cash Smith has as well. They've both had massive games, but now Reed Curlis is just stepping up in that spot, 228 and a trio of tutties. Coach, tell us about his game, and then the offensive line obviously making things happen for you.
Yeah, it all starts and goes with that offensive line. We got experienced guys that carried the ball before, grew up their whole lives carrying the ball. So really it's just on those big boys up front, but Reed's done an excellent job. He's the Iron Man for us. He plays middle linebacker and leads us in tackles as well. So he stepped in. Reed's a big-time football player. We've always known it. He dealt with some injuries through high school, but finally getting healthy and getting that confidence back. And, everybody can see what kind of player that Reed is. So glad to have him, and he's going to have to keep doing it going forward. We still got some guys banged up, looking to get some guys back, that kind of thing. But after the way he's been running, it's going to be hard to take the ball out of Reed's hands as well.
Coach, you got a big test coming up on Friday. Great test in Class 4A. And when you think of, the 4A powers of the last 5-10 years or so, Franklin County is one of those that pops in your head. They are 5-0, and they've been putting up some crazy offensive numbers. They're a team that likes to really throw it around with their sophomore quarterback, Knox Barrett, who's thrown 13 touchdowns. There's just one interception. They have all kinds of guys in the receiving core that can make plays. What do you expect to see out of this Franklin County offense?
Like you mentioned, quarterback does a good job, gets the ball where it needs to go, and then it's Franklin County. There's athletes all over the place. There's a couple wide receivers. Number 2 stands out. He moves around everywhere. Number 11 stands out, really good athlete. And then they got some big kids that carry the ball, always really good running backs at Franklin. So, they're good all the way around. I think Coach James may be the most underrated coach in the state, definitely in 4A, but in the state. You don't hear that much about him, but, his program since he's been at Franklin County, they just keep winning and winning and winning. It doesn't matter who's playing for them. It's kind of like a machine up there at this point. So, big challenge for us. A lot of respect for those guys up there. But when I scheduled the game, I told our guys and told our senior class, it's good that we beat the teams that we're supposed to beat, but now let's see what we can do against somebody that we know is, if not the top team in 4A, I'd say top 3 anyway. So big challenge for us, but we're excited about it.
Yeah, been 23 years since Lincoln County and Franklin County played. Back in 2002 was the last matchup. I do expect, Coach, this game on Friday night, it is in Lincoln County. So that is correct, right? It's at Death Valley?
Yes, sir.
You all are 5-0. Y'all are feeling good. Franklin County's 5-0. They're coming to Lincoln County. I expect the crowd's going to be there for you all Friday night. Not that it's not every Friday, but this one especially.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a packed house. Lincoln County's always packed, really, whether we're good or bad. We have good fan support here and good community support. And then Franklin County, with what they've been, I'm sure they're going to travel well, too. They're used to winning football every single year. So it's going to be a big-time, exciting atmosphere. And, I just hope our kids understand that. We prepare well this week, and, we can come out and get the job done on Friday.
Coach, what's the keys to a victory Friday night against Franklin County to go to 6-0?
Turnovers. To me, you got to win the turnover battle against a team that's this way, that's this good. And then I say it week in and week out, but we got to limit the big plays on defense. That's been biting us here a little bit here lately. So eliminate those big plays, and then we got to own the line of scrimmage. Franklin's too good to have the ball the whole time, so we got to make sure we're controlling the things in the trenches.
Lincoln County head football coach Levi Rogers. Patriots 5-0 for the first time since 1988. Coach, congrats on the awesome start. Keep it going, and we'll talk to you again next Monday, okay?
All righty. Thank you, sir.
All right. And there we have Lincoln County head coach who is 5-0. Great start there. Joe, right above your head, look at that Meat Lovers Bowl. Doesn't that look good?
Yeah,
with old folks sausage in there.
Purnell Old Folks
Purnell's
Country Sausage Patties.
Yeah, I was talking about that $4 breakfast earlier.
Yeah.
I'm reading this backwards. Includes hash brown and a small coffee or soft drink. You get biscuits and gravy. I think it's a half order. You get chicken, gravy, and a burrito or a biscuits sandwich. And that does include your hash brown and your drink. $4. You can't beat that.
Yeah, Dairy Queen's real focused on those meal deals because they have the $7 meal deal, which is, I think, what we both got today. They've got $4 breakfast meals, so they're really cognizant on, hey, coming in, enjoying your time, eating good food, but not spending as much money as you think you would have to.
You can get a choice of 2 different items for $5. They've got that available. That's at your Harrodsburg DQ Grill and Grill. We're going to take a last timeout right here and be back with Danville head coach Stonebreaker and Boyle County head coach Haddix. You're getting it on 103.9 FM WHIR, 99.5 FM WHBN, and we're streaming live at hometownlive.net.
Most of us may have some weekend free time, so when you find yourself looking at a home project, come see us at Job Master Rental. We'll get you the right tool for any job. We can help you tackle home improvement projects to major construction and everything in between. Come see us at Job Master and take advantage of our weekend special. Pick up a piece of equipment on Friday after 3 p.m. and return it by 8 a.m. Monday morning and pay the one-day price. Come see us for all your rental needs. Visit us at jobmasterrental.com. We have 2 convenient locations in Danville and Lebanon. Let us help master your job.
Great. See, we're practically sitting on the field. If you could sit here.
Your food and drinks will be right over.
Oh, yes! For the same price as way up here. Great seats. Right up here with a blimp. Why wouldn't you? It's the same with auto insurance. With discounts up to 40%, it's possible to get the personal service of a State Farm agent for the same or less than those other guys.
See your State Farm agent in Harrodsburg, David Hopewell, and Randy Couch.
If you use electric appliances in the bathroom, garage, or outdoors, any place where moisture is present, you need a GFCI. The folks at your local electric cooperative want you to know that a GFCI, or ground fault circuit interrupter, will help you use those appliances safely by protecting you from electrical shocks. If you'd like to learn more about GFCIs, call your local electric cooperative. We're Kentucky's electric cooperatives, and our power is our people.
Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
What kind of tires do we keep at CC Auto? Cooper, Michelin, Nitto, Hankook, Firestone, Bridgestone, Toyo, General, Yokohama, and many more. We've just added the new line of Mastercraft tires, and we are also a Goodyear National Account dealer. We keep lawn and garden tires in stock, as well as farm implement tubes and tires. We have a farm service truck to meet the needs of our farmers. Call us at CC Auto today, 734-9515.
CC Auto Parts and Service is the difference. We get it.
And now, back to the DQ Pigskin Report.
Joe Matheson, Radio Rick. We are live from the Harrodsburg Dairy Queen, where I think Jack said he counted 14 people here in our little, what'd you say, enclave? Is that conclave or something like that?
I don't know. That sounded good. People bought it. I didn't see people standing up walking out.
Yeah,
so,
they didn't protest.
Yeah, we had all kind of family affair going on. Brett and Sophie, and you had Jack and Rayleigh and Truitt and your wife and Padre and TNT. I mean, it don't get no better than this.
And Madre's not here, but she has tasked my dad with bringing her a cheeseburger.
She wants a cheeseburger from Dairy Queen to bring it from Harrodsburg all the way to Danville. Now, that's devotion.
That is devotion, exactly right. Speaking of being devoted, the Admiral fans are devoted. They're coming out in droves to watch Danville play, and I don't blame them. Nope. They look real good right now, and happy to see that. And Danville head coach Steve Stonebreaker joins us now. And, Coach, your defense got an opening drive goal line stand. Then your offense went down the field and scored. How big was that to start the game?
It was big to get the stop. Anytime you can get a goal line stand, I think that's a big momentum changer. I think goal line stands and block punts are probably the 2 biggest momentum changers in football. So to be able to do that was important early on in the game. They ran quite a bit of clock that first drive, and then we were able to take it down and score all on the ground, for our first drive. So that was an important sequence.
Coach, defensively overall, how do you think your team played against that wing T offense, which does throw it around a little bit as well that Washington County had?
Yeah, I mean, their quarterback's a nice player. I thought we did a pretty good job. They got us in the flats a few times with some play action and some boot game, but really we did a really good job stringing out their halfbacks and making them run east and west and then chasing them down and getting them on the ground. Did a really good job against their fullback game with the trap game and the belly game and that kind of stuff. We knew they were going to try to utilize some of that with their size up front, and I thought our guys did a really good job against that. Overall, they got some plays on us here and there, but I thought defensively we did an excellent job. Their first touchdown was on a very short field after a turnover, so you put that one on the offense. But defensively, I was really proud of our guys.
Coach, we're going to talk about J.V. Mukes in just a second. Before we talk about his phenomenal game, let's give some kudos to the offensive line, which opened up some holes, allowed you all to run for over 300 yards on Friday night.
Yeah, our offensive linemen and our tight ends, those position groups, and really our fullbacks. We play tight ends at fullback as well. So those guys have gotten better the last 3 weeks, and they've really come on to play a whole lot better than what they were playing throughout our scrimmages in the first 2 games of the season. So that's a position group that's really done a good job understanding technique, understanding their angles that they got to take for certain blocks, how to finish blocks. We're just doing a lot better job at those positions, and it's making things a lot better for us in the run game.
I feel like, Coach, that you all have got a guy in the backfield. He has been the best player in the area, bar none. No one's even been close to what J.V. Mukes has done, and he's just a freshman. 276 on the ground and 3 scores, Coach. Unbelievable young man, football player, hard worker. Try to encapsulate everything that J.V. Mukes brings to this team.
Well, I mean, he's a heck of a competitive kid, and he's a great teammate. I mean, he's not a selfish player. He's not a me-first type of guy. He's the type of guy as a freshman. This is his competitive maturity is, of course, everybody knows he's a freshman. All of our opponents know he's a freshman. And, they're trying to get in his face after plays. They're twisting him up when they tackle him at the bottom of piles and those kind of things. And all he does is try to get up as fast as he can and get the ball to the official. It's very Barry Sanders-esque. If you watch him play, he's trying to get up as fast as he can and find an official to get the ball to. And that's the type of kid he is, and he's just coming back at you again. But really good strength for a freshman. Talked about that before, and, just really good drive and level of competitiveness. Well, the interesting thing about him is he didn't play running back until middle school. He actually was an offensive lineman all the way up through youth league and didn't play running back until, I believe, the 7th grade. So, maybe that helped to build his team first mentality and, how he approaches things. But, just a terrific teammate, as I said, and we've got a lot of guys on our team, that are like that. One of the things that we did, of course, and I've mentioned this before, is we voted for the core values. I had the players vote for the core values for our program, and neighborhood was number one, and that's one that they've taken to heart, and we got a lot of guys that are good teammates.
Yeah, let's quickly talk about Louisville-Shawnee. Danville and Shawnee never played each other before. This Shawnee team, if I'm not mistaken, they at one point over the last couple of years, I think, had the longest losing streak in the state of Kentucky. They've broken out of that. They're 3-2 this year. What do you know about this Shawnee offense?
They're a better team than what they have been, and you're exactly right. They've been down in some doldrums here and there as well. But they're 3-2 right now, and they had a loss to Thomas Nelson where they had a lot of their kids out. So, they're playing a lot better football than what Shawnee usually plays. It's not one of those things where you can kind of, see Shawnee on the schedule and, hey, that's a week off. You've got to be ready to play some football. So they've got some good size up front. They really do, and they've got a fullback that is, I don't know how tall he is. It's hard to always tell on film, but he's a really big kid, and got a senior tailback. That's a nice looking player. They run a lot of pro eye. Then they'll get some spread as well. Got a quarterback that's not afraid to throw the football. I'll tell you that. He's probably not quite as mobile or a threat to run out of the pocket as some other guys we've played, but he's not afraid to throw it and has one pretty good receiver. They don't necessarily have a great set of receivers, but they got one kid that's a really nice player.
Defensively, Coach, what do you expect to see out of him?
Well, who knows, because they've ran all kinds of stuff. So we've seen them in a 4-3 with a 2-high safety look. We've seen them in a 3-4. We've seen them just down to a 4-3, 5-3. So, we're going to prepare for, all that. And, they've played a little bit of man coverage, played a little bit of cover 2 in the secondary. So, once again, their defensive line is probably the strength of their team. That the kid I was talking about, a fullback, he's one of their defensive linemen, and those guys up front really get after it. Their corners are pretty good players, so they've got some good guys out there, and we've got to prepare and play well.
What's the keys to a second district win to start off your district schedule 2-0 on Friday?
Well, the biggest thing for us is going to be doing what we do. That's going to be the big thing is, making sure that we're executing on both sides of the ball the way we need to. making sure that our specialists are doing what they need to in the kicking game to where we're not, dropping punts, we're not having bad snaps in the punt game. Those kind of things are what can bite us this week. So we've really got to fundamentally take care of business and, of course, take care of the football.
And that's Danville head coach Steve Stonebreaker. Brought the pride back to Danville. Let's go across town to Boyle County. Coach Haddix, you went to Oklahoma to watch a high school game, and Oklahoma beat Auburn. Have some family fun?
It was a good trip.
Good football game?
It was. I said both of them, the high school game and we went to a high school game and a college game.
Coach Justin Haddix, you had a bye week last week, and it probably came at a good time. You've got 3 guys that injured, and are they going to be able to play this week? Do you know yet?
Well, it should, hopefully. We'll know more as the week goes of kind of that. But, we hope to have a good week of practice, and I think if we practice well, then we'll be able to get some guys back. That's just part of the game, unfortunately, sometimes that. And it really, everything happens, and you got to deal with it. Nobody's going to feel sorry for the Rebels. We've got some more depth than what we have, quality depth. The guys stepped up, which is what we expect of them. We just got to have a great week of practice and be prepared for a tough game this week.
Now, did the guys have the weekend off, no practice?
Yeah, we gave them the weekend off, yeah, so they were able to rest and be a kid, which that's part of it. It's a good refresher, kind of get your mind clear and be ready to go for a big run here, hopefully.
The district hasn't started for you yet. You're still playing a murderous schedule. You got Louisville Ballard. You got to go up there. They're 2-3. You're 3-1. I was looking at the stats here. The quarterback is 44 out of 68. He's got 4 interceptions, only 1 touchdown pass. Their leading rusher has 94 yards. What does the tape tell you about their offense?
They're trying to figure out what they do. They've had some injuries, too. The quarterback was in, then he was out, so they're having to figure out some things. We threw against them in 7-on-7 at EKU, too, so they've got some dynamic athletes, and we saw that firsthand. They're aggressive, and, they like to do a lot of shuffles and a lot of different things to get their guys the ball in space, so we'll have to tackle with.
Are they big? They have speed? What are they like up front?
Yeah, they're big up front, and then they've got a bunch of smaller skill guys who can really run and, get the ball out in space.
You expect them to try to establish a run, I guess, and see if that opens the pass up?
Yeah, I think everybody would, if they had their druthers, they would rather be able to run the football. It's always a better sense of the feel of the game. If you're able to run it, you can always get positive yards. So everybody love to run it. Then you got to throw it. You can make some plays in the passing game. But they'll do a good job of what they do. They're well coached. They play hard. They were right there with Louisville Male. Louisville Male started up 17-0, and then, I think the game ended up 17-14. So Louisville Male is obviously a quality program and a big win. So they're going to compete. They're going to play hard, and we've got to go play our best game. They beat Lexington Catholic, and we know what happened to us at Lexington Catholic. So they beat Lexington Catholic to open up the season. So they're a quality football team.
They're capable of winning. What do you think they're going to do defensively, or at least try to do?
Well, they're aggressive on defense. They've got some athletes. They time up the snap count. They number 25 does a great job. They've got good ends. They've got a big nose and 54. I would say he's close to 300 pounds, and they're very active on defense. They got a safety. It's got some offers back there. He's probably 6'1", 6'2", long-rangey safety, and then corners get up in your face. So we've got to do a great job.
What do the special teams look like?
They do good on special teams. Usually kick it well when they've had to kick it. I know they beat the first game against Lexington Catholic. Both were really good on special teams, and nobody scored an offensive touchdown. I think it was maybe Ballard scored one, but really it was scored on defense. So we've got to do a great job of taking care of the football on offense, and that's something we've struggled with this year. And we've got to make a major focus on that, which we have, but it just comes with games and doing that in live game action.
Last question. What are the keys to a Boyle County victory over Ballard Friday night?
Well, we also got to take care of the football. You can't turn it over. You're playing an away game. We're playing up in Louisville, so we got to be able to handle the travel and then win the kicking game and limit the big play. We got to make them put drives together. If they can, we can't let them big play us, and go play Rebel football. All right, thank you. Go Rebels.
Justin Haddix, coach of Boyle County Rebels. Man, he's got a killer schedule.
Yeah.
Lexington Christian. Christian beat Catholic.
Yeah, Christian beat Catholic.
And Boyle beat Christian. Catholic beat Boyle. Ballard beat Catholic. How do you make of all this?
Yeah.
You don't know who's going to win, who's going to beat who.
It's
and
coin
any
flip,
game,
you feel like.
any game, anybody can beat anybody.
Yeah, Boyle County is at Louisville Ballard this Friday. Coverage begins right at 7 o'clock on Z105 WRNZ FM. It's one of 4 games on the Hometown Radio Network. Danville is at Louisville Shawnee. So
that's a long trip, too, for them.
Yeah, you all will be at Ballard. Boyle County crew will be. Gunner and, I don't know about Tim, but Gunner will be at Louisville Shawnee with a Danville call. So y'all can carpool up together if you want to. Coverage begins a little bit after 7 o'clock with pregame on 103.9 FM WHIR. Bardstown is at Mercer County. Another really tough game.
Yeah, it is. It's a district game. They're all 0-0, so hopefully these kids have got playing time and have grown up by being able to play. But he's just got such a lot of young kids and may have lost another player. Man, I've never seen a team that's so snake-ridden with injuries as Mercer has been this year.
Yeah, it's a 7 o'clock pregame, 7:30 kickoff on 99.5 FM WHBN. And Garrett County travels to Liberty. That's a district game as well. Same district as Mercer, Bardstown.
Garrett's not going to be in trouble with Casey.
Garrett, Casey, I don't think so. And Lexington Catholic is also in that district. It's a 5-team district now. So, you got Bardstown, and you think, well, maybe things will get easier. Well, you still got Lex-Cath in that district as well. But that's a 7 o'clock kickoff for that game for Garrett County and Casey. That'll be at hometownlive.net. And then delayed after the Boyle County game on Z105. Franklin County is at Lincoln County. 2 5-0 teams. Big challenge for the Patriots.
Gotta give.
Yeah, their biggest challenge of the year up to this point by far will be Franklin County at Lincoln County. And South Oldham is at David Buchanan's Anderson County Bearcats. They won on Friday.
Yeah, Anderson's picked it up. You give David Buchanan a few years, and he'll turn the program around there in Anderson County, too. Have competitive.
They're 3-2 there in Anderson County this year. You got South Oldham for a 7:30 kickoff as well. Saturday, Center College is off, but UK is at South Carolina. Our coverage begins at 5:30. Kickoff is at 7:30 on Z105.
Well, that's going to do it for us. Thank you, Jason, back at the studio. Thank you on TNT, everybody that came out, Brent, Sophie, and the Padre, and we had Rebecca, and Truitt, and Rayleigh, and Jack. And thank you for listening. It's been another live sports presentation, the Hometown Radio Network. Be good sports fans. See you back out here again next Monday night, the Harrodsburg DQ Grill and
This
Chill.
has been the DQ Pigskin Report, brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agents, Intercounty Energy, CC Auto Parts and Service, Whitaker Bank, Jobmaster Rental, and by DQ of Harrodsburg. Join us every Monday evening at 6 during football season for the Pigskin Report on the Hometown Radio Network and HometownLive.net. Miss any part of the show? Listen to the video replay on HometownLive.net.
This is WHBN Harrodsburg, The Rooster, broadcasting on AM 1420 and now FM 99.5. Now, the news.
It's 7 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Jim Roop. President Trump says Tylenol during pregnancy can lead to an increase in autism. He's encouraging women not to take the medicine when they're pregnant.
They are strongly recommending that women limit Tylenol use during pregnancy unless medically necessary. That's, for instance, in cases of extremely high fever.
The president says, too, it's wise to space out vaccines instead of getting a lot administered at once. Lisa Taylor reports Jimmy Kimmel is set to return to his late-night talk show tomorrow night.
He was suspended indefinitely last week by ABC.